work which I've did, which I've drawn during my teenage years. So part one was drawings I did when I was aged between 15 to 17, and these two, 15 to 18, and these two sketchbooks here. I was going to show you my very first sketchbook of drawings I did when I was 14, but I couldn't find that sketchbook last night, but I found it over here. So I'm going to show you the drawings I've drawn for ages 14 to 15, and then show you my other sketches from ages 18 to either 19 or 20. Yeah, 19 was when I finished the sketchbook of. Yeah, 18 and 19 here. So let's have a look, shall we? My art book. My first art book, which I started when I was 14 years old. See, these are my first ever drawings I did at 14. Just share live stream out so more people can see this. So I was really into Call of Duty at the time, so over here it says Call of Duty Black Ops 2. And there's Roger from American Dad. And that says State of the Art Book, Mr. T. I wrote down I was a big fan of Jizzy Rascal in 14. Just a Rascal, Dance With Me was the two popular songs of his. And there's a Dalek from Doctor Who. And this is a gun. These were in the early stages when I first started drawing firearms. I've been drawing them since I was 11, 12. LMFAO, a music band I liked at the time when I was 14. February 2012, to complain and see, is when I started this art book. Started drawing in here. If I got an idea. Just flip the camera around. Don't know why I didn't think of this earlier. So the same drawings again. Now the camera's flipped around. And these are two military planes and a tank. I drew these at 14. Welcome into my live stream. This is a part 2 live stream of drawings I did when I was a teenager. And part 1 with sketches I did when I was aged between 15 to 18. And this art book here is my very first sketchbook of drawings I did when I was 14. And I'm going to show you drawings I did from ages 18 to 19. And there's Brian from Family Guy, Beyonce, Doctor Who, Stan Smith from American. Remember, these are drawings I did when all the way back when I was 14. Key of Awesome. This was a YouTube channel I loved at the time. It was music songs, and it's called Key of Awesome. And California Girls parody, Telephone, Judas, and Lady Gaga parodies were all stuff from this YouTube channel that I loved to watch at the time. And there's the Capitol building, top of the Capitol building sketch. Welcome into my live stream. These are drawings I did in my very first art book I did when I was 14 years old, back at school. Peter Griffin from Family Guy, Kyle from South Park. I was a huge South Park fan. Well, I still am a huge South Park fan, but even bigger South Park fan when I was 13 and 14. Thanks, Ethan. I'm pleased you love it. So you haven't seen these drawings before because I did these at 14 back at secondary school. Waka Waka Ali. This was a music band I loved when I was in my early teens at 14. And these are some of the songs. A lot, pal. So this is my very first one. This is one I had when I was 18, 19. So sort of 2016, you would have seen me do this one. You can have a look at my live replay if you like. I did a part 1 live of this as well, of drawings I did from 15 to 18. And when I first started beating college, at these drawings here on December 1st by James Bond. Thank you so much, pal. I really appreciate it. I saw my very first drawing of Kansas. Also showed it on my replay as well, because I started watching from. I believe so, yeah. I went 2015 as well. Yeah, awesome. This is my first ever drawing of Candice Flynn from Phineas and Ferb, Ethan. Thanks, I'm pleased you love it. Let's carry on looking at my drawings. Oh, fuck. Drawings I did when I was 14, and then we have a look at this sketchbook. And You can check out my live replays because it's set on public, just like my live streams. I think live streams on YouTube are always public anyway when you first go live on YouTube. But once you see them as replay, you can check the privacy. But I obviously have them on public so people can re-watch my live stream if they don't have time to watch them straight away. And this is a firearm I did at the time because I used to especially love to draw firearms when I was 15 and 16. I did this one at 14. And this is a drawing I did Billy Piper. And this is a drawing I did of a World War II Japanese airplane. Thanks, pal. I really appreciate it. And that's a drawing I did of a Mercedes. I got the Mercedes symbol there, blue Mercedes. I think that was from a book I sketched from a car book at the school library. And this Black Eyed Peas, that's when I first got into the Black Eyed Peas when I was 14. And when I was 18 and 19, I had a huge fan of Fergie from the Black Eyed Peas. I did a drawing of Fergie when I was 18 at Whitby. Definitely need to show you that sketchbook. That isn't even filled yet. I'm still drawing in it from this day. I haven't drawn Cleveland Show drawings in years. The last time I did one was when I was 16. This is my first one ever I did when I was... Oh, that's alright. Everyone's different, Ethan. When I was 14. Bear from the Cleveland Show. Range Rover. Space Needle and Seattle. And that's a $5 bill. And they look like that for years now. And this is another drawing I did. American Civil War. And that's the map of... The bottom is the map of the Confederate States. And the top one is the flag of the Union, the United States. And there's Abraham flag. The president of the Yankees. And I don't know who the president of the Confederates was, but I know the capital was in Richmond, Virginia, while the capital of the Yankee States was... It was from 1661 to 16... I mean, no, it was from 1861 to 1865, the American Civil War, and that was over slavery since the North wanted to abolish slavery and the South wanted to keep it. And there's a drawing I did of Elvis at the time, and I even drew one of his songs. Yeah, that is correct, Ethan. 1861 to 1865, Hound Dog, one of his popular songs, and there's a drawing I did of Budhead, but I spelled it as Bud Heat. When I was 14, I misspelled it. It should have been a D at the end instead of a T. And I was a huge fan of CeeLo Green at the time when I was 14, so I drew this down. And there are two of his songs, Crazy and I Want You. I haven't heard of his music in years. It was really popular during the early 2010s. And there's a Max Payne. This is from a game I loved to play at the time, Max Payne 3. And there's one of the submachine guns. That's what everyone makes spelling mistakes, mate. And this was when you were teenagers. Exactly, and not just that, when I was in my early teens at 14. Revolver, Beretta, and a Uzi. And this is Kessa, and these are two of his songs. TikTok, but that was before TikTok, the music app, was invented. Because at the time, TikTok means, TikTok, we have to be ready, like in time. Kiss and Tell. That's from American Pie, a movie I loved at the time. Dodgeball. I first watched American Pie when I was 14, even though in the UK, some of the American Pies are rated 15 and some are rated 18. And that's from a game I liked at the time, Modern Warfare 3. And that's from Mars Attacks. In the US, all the American Pie movies are rated R, which means under 17 must be accompanied by parent or adult guardian. And that's the Top Gear logo. That TikTok song is banned now because of Puff Daddy being mentioned in it. Alright, but it was popular at the time and it did this when I was 14. Super bad logo. I think it's because I have the live stream rectangular instead of this angle, less people are viewing it. But I just wanted to change the positions of the live streams. Ryan Clark, I was a huge fan of him at the time when I was 15. Welcome into my live stream. I'm showing you all drawings I did when I was a teenager, and I was going to show you this one from my part 1 live stream, but couldn't find it at the time. But I'm showing you my drawings of what I did when I was 14. AK-47. Some more guns there. I used to love drawing guns at 14, 15 and 16. They improved a lot since then, but remember, I did these drawings when I was 14. Just keep posting content, mate, when you get there. Exactly. I managed to gain a couple of subscribers yesterday by live streaming my part 1 video of my drawings I did during my teen years. There's a drawing I did Brian Griffin. They've improved all the years. You're going to see this in this sketchbook here after I've showed you all this sketchbook. Pump action shotgun, 2 Glocks. Just a sexy woman. I used to love drawing sexy girls when I was a teenager. Still do, but more so during my teenage life. a pistol, and that's from the first Red Dead Redemption game. I think I first played this game at either 13 or 14. I was a huge fan of it at the time. And there's Jesus being crucified, Elijah being taken to heaven, the Virgin Mary, and Moses with the Ten Commandments in his hands. And there's the New York Stock Exchange, Randy from South Park holding a sign up saying South Park. I think I might have done that for one of my South Park DVDs. I must have done. Because at the time, I didn't really use the internet much for drawings. I copied it from books at the time when I was 14. Or from DVD covers. This is the Chrysler Building. And that's the Capitol Building. Not to be mistaken with the White House. This is like a building for all the politicians to go in Washington, D.C. And that's the President of the United States. At the time, the president was Barack Obama, and it was still his first term, the end of his first term. And this was during the election debate between President Obama and presidential candidate Mitt Romney. And here's another 5 Warmer sketch. And this is what I did on Manhattan. And 5 years later, I actually visited New York City. Did the Empire State Building, the New York Stock Exchange, the MetLife Building, the top of the City Crop Center, the World Trade Center. But obviously that was before the dreaded 9/11. And that's the Chrysler Building. And that's the Statue of Liberty. I had a closer view of it as well, was a small idea. I know the sign she's holding, and it says 4th of July. And there's my sketch of the White House at the time, but I did at 14. And I love the Paris Hilton episode of South Park. So I used to draw Gills from that Paris Hilton episode of South Park called Stupid Spoiled Horror Video Playset. It was the name of the episode, by the way. And that's Red from South Park, dressed up to be like Paris Hilton. And that's a basketball net, and there's a basketball player playing basketball, drawing it in, and that's from American football, or if you're American Canadian, just football. And that's a $50 bill I sketched at the time, and that's a £5 note I sketched when I was 14. And that's what the £5 notes looked like the last time they were made out of paper. And the UK government didn't release the plastic £5 notes until 2016, September 2016, so near the end of the year. And those are the South Park Gills from the Paris Hilton episode. And there's Baby, Stevens, Wendy, and Red. And I did all these drawings here when I was 14. And these are maps of different regions of the United States. And there's the state of Florida, the West Coast. Welcome into my live stream. Showing you all drawings I did when I was 14 in this sketchbook. I think some of them might have been, yes, 14 and 15. Later on, with some sketches in here I did at 15. The Northeastern United States, Yankee Stadium, flag of New York City, the Statue of Liberty, stripes or the Union, stars and stripes, the New York State flag, which I now have in my room, the Los Angeles City flag, the Washington DC flag, the Colorado State flag, and I had the Colorado State flag in my room since I was about 13, the Rhode Island State flag, and I had this flag in my room since I was 12, and there's the Rhode Island State flag for you all. And there's the Space Needle in Seattle, Washington State, in the northwestern United States. And there's another drawing of Baby from South Park, from the Paris Hilton episode. And these are 2 drawings of women that I had on this calendar at the time, back in 2012. And this is a drawing I did of 3 World Trade Centers, which unfortunately never got in build, but the 1 World Trade Center is up there. And I went on top of the 1 World Trade Center when I was 19. The place is New York, 3 World Trade Center. All these, no, that one there is in Chicago, Illinois, but these 2 other ones are both in New York City. The MetLife Building, Place, Manhattan, New York City. I saw this building. I didn't go inside, but I went into this building 4 years later when I was 19, since I did this drawing when I was 15. And that's the productional. No, I mean I did this drawing when I was 14, so yeah, it would have been 5 years later, because I did this in 2012 and I went to New York in 2017. The Productional Plaza in Chicago, Illinois. I don't state because that's the state, it's in Illinois. And this is the Empire State Building. I decided to draw the New York State flag above the Empire State Building. And this New York State's nickname is actually the Empire State. They were built in the year 1930 in Manhattan, New York City. And here's a drawing I did of the Chrysler Building when I was 14. And these are 3 more buildings, all in different US cities. This is the Prudential Tower, place in Boston, Massachusetts. And this is the Sears Tower. I think it's called the Willis Tower now, but at the time of doing this drawing, it was called the Sears Tower in the city, Chicago, tallest building in the USA. This was before the One World Trade Center, or also known as Freedom Tower, was finished. So at the time, this was the tallest building in America, in the United States, the Sears Tower. And this is the Sunfit Stone Building in Chicago, Illinois. And this is a map I did at 14 of the United States, of the East Coast and Central United States. And here's a map of Massachusetts and a map of Colorado. And this is a drawing I did from a musical I was on Broadway at the time called Colour Purple. Here's my drawing of the Georgia flag. And here's a drawing of Randy. I'm not sure which episode this is from. But at the time when I was 14, I used to do a lot of drawings of South Park characters, Santly Clovered. Especially I was a huge South Park fan and a huge fan of females. Stan Smith from American Dad. Even more his name twice. I don't know why I did that at the time, but I just did. Here's another sketch I did of Wendy. Name Wendy Testerberger, gender girl, hair long, straight and black, age 10. I got a lot of information about these South Park characters since I was a huge South Park fan at the time. Well, I still am, but an even bigger fan when I was 13, 14. Name Stan Morse, gender boy, hair black, age 10, birthday October 19th. I had no idea when his birthday was. So I'm glad I knew that at the time. And there's a drawing I did of Wendy kissing Stan. And here's a drawing of the Unisphere in Queens in New York City. And there's the New York City flag. I even have a New York City flag in my room now. There it is. I had this flag for a couple of months now, or since last year. And here's a drawing of Francine from American Dad as sex porn. Here's the flag of New York City, of the New York City County of Bronx. So each borough of New York City has their own flag. And here's a drawing I did of the Washington Monument. And here's another drawing of a girl from the Paris Hilton South Park episode where all the girls wanted to be like Paris Hilton, apart from Wendy, of course. Oh wait, I already shown you these. And this is a drawing I did of 1 Devonshire Place. And the place it's located in is Boston, Massachusetts in the USA. And this is another building, opened in 1983, so it's quite modern compared with a lot of our New York City buildings, even though this ain't in New York City, it's in Boston. Federal Reserve Building. I used to love drawing buildings a lot at the time. And here's a sketch I did, and this is in Denver. Name Denver World Trade Center, place Denver, Colorado. And here's a drawing I did of Baby from South Park, one of the side characters of South Park, as a cheerleader. And here's another drawing I did when I was 14 of the White House, the Lincoln Memorial, and the World Trade Center. And that's Colorado Springs, the Colorado Springs skyline. I put the Colorado state flag here. And this is a drawing I did of the Empire State Building when I was 14. And I put a lot of detail into this drawing as well, as you can plainly see. Empire State Building in Manhattan, New York City. Oh crap, I already saw these. And here's a drawing I did of a Chicago Bulls basketball player. And this is a map I did of the Midwest. And that's the Nebraska and Nebraskan flag. Colorado, Topeka, the capital of Kansas. New Mexico, a New Mexico flag. And St. Louis in Missouri. And I even have a map where it's located. So I pinpointed St. Louis, Missouri and laid it down like this. And it's in the state of Missouri. And these are some religious sketches I did at the time. I was either 14 or 15 when I did these. I have no dates on them, so I have no idea. I was either 14 or 15 when I did these. There's some drawings could be coming up soon that I definitely did when I was 15. And here's the Seattle City flag. And that's one of the famous buildings in Seattle. 1201 3rd Avenue. And that's the famous Space Needle in Seattle. And that's the Starbucks logo. And obviously my spelling wasn't that great when I was 14. And my drawings have improved since then. I did it because Starbucks started in Seattle. And there's the Seattle skyline. And there's the Washington state flag. And I drew the fact that the state Seattle is located in is Washington. Seattle, Washington with the little Washington flag. And there's San Francisco. And that's the Transmont Pyramid over in San Francisco. I drew the Californian flag since both San Francisco and Los Angeles. These are located in the state of California. And there's a Hollywood sign. I did these drawings in March 2012, so it's still 14. I did these drawings. And there's these, and I copied this from one of the Simpsons DVDs that I still own. And that's the NFL logo. And I started watching NFL when I was 14. It was big, when I was a really big fan of it. And this is a religious drawing. And there's a drawing of a bender. And here's the Illinois flag I drew. Also drew this one, Legacy of Millennium City, Chicago. And here's a drawing of Bart Simpson. And here's the American seal that I sketched. And this is a map I did of the a sketch I did of the Austin skyline. I put a huge Texan flag as well, since Austin's the state capital of Texas. Here's a map of the United States that I did at 14. I had all the flags down as well. So 48 states, so it's all the states of the mainland. I'm just gonna have some on my tape, everyone, since I'm feeling thirsty. I'm gonna keep this here. I'm just posting something, selling this live stream to Facebook. I'm just gonna vape now. Got all 48 states here and all the state flags of the mainland United States. Here's some more New York City art I did when I was 14. So here's a map of New York City. The Bronx, Queens, Long Island. Well, Queens and Brooklyn are part of Long Island, but they're not considered Long Island since they're part of New York City. The Atlantic Ocean, Manhattan, and New Jersey was obviously a different state since the city of New York's located in a state called New York. And there's another drawing I did of the Empire State Building. And that's the seal of the city. And that's Brooklyn, Botanic Gardens performance is Japanese themed, and this is at the United Nations headquarters. United Nations Sculpture of Peace in the UN's headquarters. And the boat I took when I was in New York at 19 stopped just outside of the UN's headquarters, and that's the Woolworth Building in New York City. And I saw this when walking across the Brooklyn Bridge from a distance when I went there at 19, but I did this drawing a couple of years before then because I did these when I was 14. And that's the flag of New York City. And I have a New York City flag if you didn't see before during my live stream. Here's some more New York City flags. As you can tell, New York's my favourite city in the entire world. And there's the Statue of Liberty beyond the Manhattan skyline. And there's the Empire State Building, the third tallest building in America. Probably it's going to be the fifth tallest building in America now. Because since I did this drawing before, the One World Trade Center was finished. And even put the stars and stripes above the Empire State Building. And there's the Chrysler Building, and that's the New Yorker Hotel. And that's the UN symbol of peace sculpture. And that was the Twin Towers before 9/11. And that's a drawing I did of Columbia Center skyscraper in Seattle. And that's the Bank of America Tower over in New York City. And this is a drawing I did of the Southern United States, also when I was 14. Here's some more drawings of you. Buildings in New York City. And that's the Trump Building, Times Square Tower, and the Citicorp Center. And I put two designs of it, two different colours. A bigger version, but it's only one building. And this is some skyscrapers in Denver, the capital of Colorado, and that's the Denver flag. Forgot Denver even had a flag. So I'm glad me going back to this artwork I did when I was 14, 15, and then going to be showing you this artwork of drawings I did from when I was 18 and 19. And there's the Denver Broncos NFL team logo, and that's it on the NFL ball. And there's Marge Simpson from The Simpsons. And there's a drawing I did of one of the Raisins girls from South Park, from the Raisins episodes. Well, there's a couple of episodes of the Raisin girls. And there's a drawing of M16 assault rifle I did at the time when I was 14. And the M16 is what the US military have been using since the 1960s. There's a Magnum pistol. That's Baby from South Park. And that's Steve from American Dad. And that's the Brooklyn flag. And that's Columbia University in New York City. And there's Fry from Futurama. And these are some drawings I did in May 2012, also when I was 14. And there's two girls from the South Park, from the Paris Hilton episode of South Park, where the girls wanted to be like Paris Hilton. And there's the Rutina building at the University of Virginia in Charlottesville, Virginia. And there's a drawing I did of Lisa Simpson. And that's Clyde from the Paris Hilton episode of South Park. I'm scared of all the girls who want to be like Paris Hilton. It just freaks them out and scares them. How sexually active they are. And the boys aren't interested. So it just freaks them out and scares them. Train in Queens, New York City. And that's the number 7 train. And there's Bender lighting a cigar. And those are two more girls from the Paris Hilton episode of South Park. As you can plainly see, when I was 14, I was a hoot from the Paris Hilton episode of South Park. I first heard about Paris Hilton thanks to South Park. And there's the Jefferson Memorial. And there's the Washington, D.C. flag. And there's the White House. And there's the South Portico of the old Payton's office. And here is a building I did. I think it's also in New York City. No, in Washington, D.C. We can just read what it says. San Diego skyline. And this is from the Bible. I mean, this top left corner is. Drawings I did of cartoon characters that I love from July 2012. So I was still 14 at this point, heading towards 15. Drawing I did from Portland, Maine. And there's a Liberty Bell in Pennsylvania, and that's the NYPD police logo. And there's the Virginia state flag. I had a Virginia state flag since I was 18, so I did this drawing about 4 years before I ordered a Virginia state flag. And that's the Massachusetts State House in Boston. And that's a drawing I did of a penny. But at the time when I was 14, Libra is 1 cent coin. I probably didn't realise at the time that American 1 cent coins are also called pennies by Americans, and so Canadian 1 cent coins. But Canada got ditched their penny in 2012. Same year I did this art book. Well, most of them are from 2012. Later on in this art book, they're from 2013. Colorado state flag, New York Knicks logo. Some more cartoon characters I like, and you can plainly see these are from the Power Hilton. This is Baby from the Power Hilton episode of South Park. And that one's not a cartoon character. That's an actress I fancied at the time, and a crush on I liked at the time, Shakira, who's Hispanic. And there's a drawing I did of a nickel. And this is showing my love for America. I did these drawings in August 2012, so I was probably 15, just turned 15 when I did these drawings. Golden Gate Bridge in San Francisco, California. And that's another drawing I did in Mount Rushmore. Even have all the presidents down and in most chronological order, and the presidents and the location where Mount Rushmore is located. And that's a cathedral in New York City, St. Patrick's Cathedral, the largest cathedral in the United States, and that's the Transment Pyramid in San Francisco. Tallest building in San Francisco. I didn't even know it's tall is until I walked it down here when I was 15. I saw this saw this in the distance at Central Park. This is the San Remo, a twin tower apartment in New York City on the Upper West Side. And this is a building in Albany, the state capital of the state of New York. Welcome into my live stream. I'm showing you all drawings I did during my teenage years, part 2. These are here are drawings I did when I was 15. And this is a building in Albany, the capital of New York State. And this is a building in New York City. Oh, I'm going the wrong way. And this is Goldfield Street City in New York. And this is a drawing I did of the Sears Tower in Chicago. Welcome into my live stream. I did these I'm showing you drawings I did during my teenage years. So these are all drawings I did when I was 15. These drawings here. And as you can see, I'm a really big fan of New York City. By all these drawings of New York City landmarks. And this is UN's headquarters on the East River in New York. And this is a 10-euro note. I'm not sure if they still look like this or not, but when I was 15, that's what they looked like. And these are some more drawings I did. Mirrors from The Simpsons. Homer Simpson. This was from one of my Simpsons DVD covers. Leela from Futurama. Baby. Jason Paul Stan as he's terrified. Since Baby wants to be like Paris Hilton and Stan obviously doesn't want it. Dr. Z from Futurama. And Beavis and Butthead. Oh shit. Going the wrong way. And this is Kansas City skyline. I even drew the Kansas City flag. And that's an auto shotgun. And that's a sexy woman I drew from this music video I watched when I was 15. And there's Steve from American Dad. And there's another woman from I think either from a 2012 calendar or a sexy woman from this music video called Who's Your Daddy? Blocks Tower in City, Denver State, Colorado. And this is where the Declaration of Independence was written in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. And that's a drawing I did of Rihanna. And that's a drawing I did of Chris Griffin when I was 15. Concord. Denver, Colorado skyline. Colorado safe flag. And a drawing I did of Britney Spears since I had a huge crush on her at the time. And that's a drawing I did of a 737 Ryanair. And there's a flag I did of the Derbyshire County flag, which is a county in England. And there's a Peruvian flag I sketched. And there's a drawing I did of St. Paul. Alright. Yeah. Going the right way. Welcome into my live stream. So many drawings I did when I was during my teenage life. So all these drawings here were drawings I did when I was 15 and they improved since then. And these are drawings I did when I was 18. And these are drawings here I did when I was just turned 19. This is, wow, there's so many drawings, sorry, I'm just going to zoom by them all. Some religious art here I did when I was 15. I didn't have the flash on. Cole Pilkington, I was a really big fan of Cole Pilkington at 14 and 15. Some more religious drawings. And I'm back in the archives with these drawings. Look back at my history, drawing history that is. To draw a lot of religious stuff back when I was 15. Some Simpsons characters here and a drawing I did of Keith Lemon. And here's a drawing I did of a Ryanair airplane. And here's a drawing I did of the Grand Canyon, which is in... My vocabulary wasn't great at 15. So I just said Grand Canyon, which is in Arizona. And what's in Arizona? Doesn't sound right. And there's a drawing I did of Lincoln Memorial. And these are some more religious drawings I did at 15. And these are some sketches that are in New York City. These are some drawings I did of Britney Spears. This is a drawing I did of a Pepsi can. And this is a drawing I did of New Hampshire New Hampshire in autumn or fall, what Americans say. St. Peter sketch. Mods being angry, being pissed, as in angry. These are some more Bible sketches. These are drawings I did. Drawn in December 2012, all these drawings here. This is a sketch of Edward Munster Screen. Welcome into my live stream. So many old drawings I did when I was a teenager. My YouTube channel is all about my artwork. Since one of my subscribers told me to show people on YouTube every single drawing that I've drawn. So I'm going to show you all the drawings that I've drawn that I currently have in here. Some more religious drawings. And these were drawn in January of 2013. I used to love to draw airplanes at 15 and 16 and also at 19 as well. And these are sketches of a Japan Airlines, a Spitfire, which is a British military plane, and a 747 British Airways. I got rid of British Airways and Virgin Atlantic. Got rid of the Boeing 747s back in 2020, which was recently, unfortunately. I managed to go some more religious drawings. Drawing from a Halloween episode of South Park, Carmen from South Park, Stan from American Dad, Home Holding Beer from The Simpsons, World War I tank, World War II British airplane. I did these drawings, also January 2013. Britney Spears, Mr. Burns getting an award from Britney Spears from season 11. Chris Griffin, that was from one of my Family Guy DVD sets. And that's Professor Farnsworth from Futurama. And that's Francine from American Dad. And that's Krusty the Clown smoking a cigarette. And there's Roger from American Dad. And there's Stewie from Family Guy. And that's a drawing I did of a Thomas Cook Airbus A320. As you can plainly see, he only has 2 wings. Now I draw them with the other wing coming out. Obviously smaller in the distance. But obviously I did this drawing at 15, by the way. And these are 2. Welcome into my live stream. I'm showing you drawings I did when I was a teenager. And all these drawings here, I'm currently showing you drawings I did when I was 15. And these are 2 drawings I did abroad. Drawing I did of the Great Wall of China. And a drawing I did of a Magnum revolver. And when I was 15, I used to do a lot of drawings from the Bible. And here's another religious sketch. And at the time, when I was a teenager, when I was 15, I used to love to draw Paris Hilton. And there's... I mean, not Paris Hilton. Yeah, Paris Hilton and Britney Spears. But all these are just on Britney Spears. I said Paris Hilton since it was mentioned in Paris Hilton earlier in this live stream. And that's from Britney Spears as a Family Guy character from one of the early seasons of Family Guy. And that's Britney Spears. Britney Spears in Austin Powers Gold member. And there's Britney Spears as a cheerleader. And there's Britney Spears in sexy clothes again. And these are some more Simpsons drawings. Homer Simpson with some food. And here's his line from Mr. Burns. All this chatter about the code has sent a chill down my spine. I copied this from a comic book when I was 15 at the school library. And there's a drawing I did of Lisa Simpson, a drawing I did of Mo. And then this is also from a comic book. This is a drawing I did of ball parachuting. And 2 drawings I did of Spider-Man when I was 15. And these are some more religious sketches I did at the time. And here's some more drawings of firearms. During my teenage years, I used to love to do drawings of guns, but I don't do drawings of guns anymore. Here's a drawing I did when I was 15 of President Barack Obama. And another drawing I did of President Abraham Lincoln. And here's a drawing I did from a comic book at my school of Bart Simpson, chilling with sunglasses on like he's part of a Hollywood actor. And here's a drawing I did of an AK-74U. And here's some more religious drawings I did for you. And here's some more drawings of cartoon characters. Roger from American Dad. Marge Simpson being crossed from The Simpsons. And Butthead from Beavis and Butthead. And here's 2 more drawings for cartoon characters. If you can class Wally as a cartoon character or what Americans say, Waldo. Hank from King of the Hill. These are some more drawings. Britney Spears, Hot, and this is from the song Womanizer, and the song came out in 2008, even though I did this drawing in 2013. Britney Spears in a dressing gown, or robe, what Americans say. Britney Spears in a sauna. And here's two more drawings of Britney Spears for you, and a drawing of Paris Hilton. I listed it at the time, Paris Hilton sexy. And there's a drawing I did of All for My Name Is All, and I did this drawing in April of 2013. This is a drawing I did of Batman. And this is another drawing I did of Paris Hilton from Cat in the Hat. And in 2013, I discovered Paris Hilton was also in Cat in the Hat. The movie that came on in 23, so it was 10 years before I did this drawing. The movie came on. There's Paris Hilton from My Name Is Earl. I forgot Paris Hilton was in My Name Is Earl. And this is a picture I put down of Paris Hilton with butters, and I copied this drawing from this picture I got from Google that I photocopied and then sketched. And there's a drawing of Kenny from the episode of South Park where all the South Park houses are weapons that I use. And there's a drawing of Kill from King of the Hill. And here's a drawing of a Cord M1911, also when I was 15. And this is a Mercedes 540k vehicle from the 1930s, 1936 to 1939. And there's a drawing of Stan Smith and a drawing of a small revolver. And these are flags of New York City boys. And this is the flag of the Governor's Island and a flag of Queens. And these are some Family Guy drawings for you all. And this is Peter Griffin's line, which I drew on April in 2013. Lois, this is not my Batman class. And there's Brian drunk on martinis. And there's Stewie frightened. And there's Peter Griffin talking to Paris Hilton at a party. And there's Paris Hilton is complaining. And there's Bernie Spears as a Family Guy character. And there's Miley Cyrus singing with Stewie Griffin. And these are two Beavis and Butthead drawings. Oh, these are two drawings of friends I did at school. Obviously, they don't have permission for them to be on YouTube. But I had no idea I've even drew them in here. And that's from American Dad. Stan using Paris Hilton as a point to take over TV. This was from season 1. This is drawn on May 2013. This is a drawing of the Empire State Building, which I did. Dr. Zoidberg from Futurama, and 2 more firearms. Some more Simpsons characters for you. James Woods is a Simpsons character. Mel Gibson talking to Homer Simpson, and Lady Gaga on The Simpsons. Jonah did a former Vice President Al Gore and former President Bill Clinton. Vice President when Clinton was Prez. And there's a drawing I did of Fry from Futurama from one of my Futurama DVD box sets at the time. And these are 2 drawings I did of cars, a Lotus, a Air Lotus, and the Back to the Future car. Since when I was 15, I was a huge fan of the Back to the Future fan size. And these are 2 more drawings I did of Paris Hilton at the time when I was 15. Paris Hilton as a farmer, and Paris Hilton just rolled down hot at the time. And these are 2 Back to the Future drawings I did. Mad Dog from Back to the Future Part 3 and Doc Brown, the main character. Well, the main character is either Doc Brown or Marty. Does you see more Marty than Doc Brown? My Name Is All characters. Drawing I did a cartoon Paris Hilton, and this was on some YouTube videos of a show of cartoon Paris Hilton. And here's a drawing I did of George W. Bush, George Bush Sr. and Ronald Reagan, one of my favourite presidents. Reagan and Lincoln were my favourite presidents. But I'm also a big fan of George W. Bush. Hello, welcome into my live stream. These are drawings I did during my teenage years, and these are drawings I did when I was just turned 15. And in this sketchbook, I'm going to show you these are going to be drawings I did when I was aged between 18 and 19. Niagara Falls on the border of New York State and Canada, Ontario, Canada, that is. Welcome into my live stream. These are drawings I did during my teenage years. Did these contours at 15. Did this in Buffalo in upstate New York. Buffalo City Hall in Buffalo, New York State. I was going to draw the Buffalo flag, but I couldn't get it all in. 50s Jaguar. John McCain, who won against Obama in 2008. And he was the mayor of New York City at the time. A drawing I did of him. Michael Bloomberg. And there's a drawing I did of the Manhattan Bridge. And when I went to New York 4 years later, we drove across the Brooklyn Bridge. And this guy from the hotel did. I mean, the Manhattan Bridge. I'm going to say Cleveland drawing. It was on the Cleveland show and also Family Guy. Some more drawings. And this is a drawing I did of the Oregon State flag. Drawing I did of Bob Marley. That's my first ever Bob Marley sketch. Heard people mention him at my school all the time, so I decided to draw him. think I did these drawings when I was either 15 or just turned 16. These are 2 drawings I did of Christina Aguilera, and here I wrote down all the songs that I loved of hers. This is a drawing I did President Mr. Nixon, Luger, Knowing Orange that I saw on YouTube at the time. Here's a drawing I did of the Reunion Tower in Dallas, Texas. A drawing I did of Hermes from Futurama. Dr. Z with white hair. And this is Vice President when Bush Jr. was President, Dick Cheney. Some more drawings here. This is a 1955 C1 Ford Crown Victoria. 5 on Futurama. And I saw this on YouTube at the time. Hello, I'm showing you all drawings I did on this live stream of when I was a teenager. And this is a part 2 live stream. And these drawings here I did either when I was 15 or just turned 16. Welcome into my live stream. These are drawings I did when I was a teenager, but it was either, 15 I was. 14 and 15. I'm going to put this sketchbook away now. I'm now going to show you drawings I did when I was 18 and 19, from 2016 to 2017. These are my first drawings I did in this sketchbook. Drawn by me, James Moran, on Friday, January 22nd, 2016. And this is a map I did of North America. These are my first drawings I did in this sketchbook at 18. Aladdin, he was the same age as me when I did this drawing of him. And here's a drawing of Gazelle in the animation field from Enchanted. These are some American Dad drawings I did. This is from the episode where Haley becomes blonde. Here's a drawing I did of a space rocket taking off, and I did this drawing, drawn by James Moran on Friday 22nd, January 2016. And this is a drawing I did of the United States and Canada. This map was drawn by me on January 24th, 2016. And I did these drawings just before or just after I watched the first Wreck-It Ralph movie. But at the time, there's only one Wreck-It Ralph movie. And there's a drawing I did of Vanellope, my favourite character, and Ralph from Wreck-It Ralph. And these are my first ever Wreck-It Ralph drawings that I've ever drawn. Drawn by James Moran on January 24th, 2016. Disney Wreck-It Ralph. And these are some Family Guy drawings I did at the time when I was 18. And this is a Navy ship I did, drawn by me, James Moran, on January 25th, 2016, US Navy ship. And I did these 2 drawings of the first 2 men on the moon on January 27th, 2016. Neil Armstrong drawing I did when I was 18, first man on the moon. There's a drawing I did of Buzz Aldrin, second man on the moon. And these are my first DreamWorks drawings I did in this art book, at least. Paul from Kung Fu Panda. And Harry from Over the Edge. And these are some more cartoon characters I did. And I did these drawings on January 31st, 2016. And that's Artie Ziff from Matt Groening's cartoon The Simpsons. And there's Sydney, one of Roger's many personalities. Seth MacFarlane's cartoon American Dad. And that's Sim from Seth MacFarlane's cartoon The Cleveland Show. And these are some more Tangled drawings at the time, and at the time I was a huge fan of the movie Tangled, and I loved Rapunzel, and I say still is my favourite Disney princess. Drawn by me, James Moran, on January 29th, 2016, Disney Tangled, and these are the drawing I did of Floating Lanterns, and Flynn, Eugene, and Rapunzel. Oh yeah, Eugene is what Flynn is also known as. Flynn Rider, that is. Oh crap, boy, went this way. And this is a flag of the Americas and part of Africa and Western Europe. And these are some cartoon characters that I made up at the time when I was 18. These are made up characters from James Moran's imagination, which is me, Hippie Lady, a guy named Henry Raven and Saying Hi, Sniffles, and Mayor Johnson, Mayor of Blunktown. And these are some drawings I did of planets and planets and 2 of Mars' Moons, drawn by me on February 1st, 2016, the first of the month of 2016. Mars, Saturn, Mercury, Pluto, which is now classed as a dwarf planet. 10 years before I did this drawing of it, 10 years before that, which was 2006, and I did this drawing in 2016. Mars' Moons, drawn by me on March 18th, 2016. Welcome into my live stream. I'm showing you drawings I did when I was a teenager. So I did all these drawings here when I was 18. And this whole book is drawings from when I was 18 and 19. And these are some drawings I did here. Here's a drawing I did of the Montana flag. Montana US state flag was drawn by me sometime in March 2016. That was what I looked like at 18. I did this drawing on myself on February 13th, 2016. And here's some drawings from a great Disney movie called Meet the Robinsons. And this movie was made 9 years before I did this drawing. Drawn by me, Roller Hat and Michael Gloob. And there's Lewis, the main character from the movie. Drawn, I did a Paris Hilton and a Cole Ritchie. Drawn by me on February 4th, 2016. And this is a drawing I did of the FBI headquarters in Washington, D.C. in the United States of America. And as you can plainly see, I never got a chance to finish it off because how much detail was in it. I had to put in it. And these drawings from Peter Pan 2, Return of the Neverland, were drawn by me. I don't have the date, but it was sometime in early 2016. Peter Pan, Nina 2, which was Zane's dog, Captain Hook and Jane. And this is another Tangled drawing, Rapunzel's Tower, and Tangled. And these are my first ever drawings from Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs by Sony Pictures Animation. Sam Sparks, my favourite character. Oh, I did these drawings on February 16th, 2016. Flint, Berry, the Strawberry, and he was voiced by Mr. T as well. And this is my second Hotel Transylvania drawings I've drawn of the main characters, and this was from Hotel Transylvania 2, I believe. Yeah, because then this wasn't on the first Hotel Transylvania. Sony Pictures Animation, drawn by me. And these are some Despicable Me 2 drawings. And this was drawn by me. Stan is shocked that Steve has become a communist from American Down. This was from either Volume 3 or Volume 4. And these are some more drawings of the firearms, and that's Mr. Burns from The Simpsons. And that was the Old Stars and Stripes, and I did this drawing on February 28th, 2016. And here's a drawing I did of Margot from Despicable Me, and I did this drawing on February 26th, 2016. And this is a drawing I did of the CIA headquarters in Langley, Virginia, USA. Drawn by me. I don't have the exact date, and these are some of my eyeglasses at the time. Drawn by me on March 4th, 2016. And this is the Freemasons logo, and I was really interested in the Freemasons at the time. Freemason symbol, drawn by me on March 8th, 2016. And they're over in Tim Monk's drawings. Yeah, I've been speaking a lot in this live stream. I'm barely no one's talking. Hopefully people get to see the replay. I'm just going to stay quiet and just show you my art. Let's give my voice a rest. I remember doing these drawings from South Park. That was from my Volume 9 or Season 9 South Park DVD cover at the time. Oh yeah, I already saw these. Welcome into my live stream. I'm showing you my old drawings I did when I was a teenager. These drawings I'm showing you right now, I did when I was 18. And this is the Hoover Dam drawing I did on the border of Nevada and Arizona. My YouTube channel is all about my artwork, by the way. I accidentally spilled coffee in these pages, so that's why there's coffee stains here. And this was an app that I was using all the time where you just ask questions. It was called Kiwi. And that's the Kiwi symbol. It's got a logo, a picture of the kiwi bird with the famous birds over in New Zealand. So it ain't kiwi the fruit. Well, one of my friends for the time said I had a picture of kiwi on it. It's kiwi the bird form, a green kiwi, but kiwis from New Zealand are actually brown. And this was a drawing I did of Donald Trump when he was running for president, just before he was elected, a couple of months before. I did this drawing on May 20th, 2016. And at the time, I had no idea that I was going to go to New York the year after, before my parents told me. So that was a great surprise for me. Welcome into my live stream. I'm showing you old drawings I did when I was a teenager, and this is a part 2 video. You can check out part 1 in my live replays if you want. So I did this drawing here when I was 18. And here's some more Minions. This is from the Minions movie. At the time, there's only one Minions movie. So that was the main villain, Scarlet Overkill. And these are drawings I did on the 4th of July 2016 for Independence Day. Statue of Liberty in New York, New York. Old Glory Raven. Drawing I did of a World War II firearm, Soviet submachine gun, drawn by me on July 16, 2016, and drawing I did here of a cow. Drawing I did here of Jennifer Lopez. A drawing I did here of Biggie Smalls, and it was drawn by me on June 17, 2016. Drawing I did of Statue of Liberty in New York City, and that was like just a couple of weeks before my parents told me we were going to go to New York the year after. I'm just thrilled to hear that. Some more firearm drawings I did on July 8th, 2016. And then these are drawn in the Nicole Ritchie I did on July 23rd, 2016, and Paris Hilton. Oh, yes, middle name's Whitney. I did on July 24th, 2016. These are some Alvin and the Chipmunks drawings I did. Did these on July 18th, 2016, and they're Tipex from Alvin and the Chipmunks Soup in the first period. And they were on the other 3 Alvin and the Chipmunks movies afterwards. Did this drawing on July 23rd, 2016. It's from American Dad. Steve and Ricky Spanish. Roger at Avery's house and saw him high on. I remember doing this drawing. This was drawn on July 22nd, 2016. And these are some Zootopia drawings I've done. I think these were my first ever Zootopia drawings, since I can't see any others in the sketchbook. Drawn by me on July 26, 2016. Nick Wilde, shown with an elephant Jumbo Pop that was on the movie. And I did this drawing the day before on July 25th, 2016. Nick ignoring Judy Hopps because he's just on his cell phone. Some more drawings of firearms. Drawing I did of Eminem. I did this drawing on July 28th, 2016. A drawing I did of Snoop Dogg. I did this drawing on July 28th as well of 2016. These are 2 American Dad drawings I did. Steve with a broken arm. I done this drawing on August 4th, 2016. So it was 18, almost 19 days away from 19 when I did these drawings. This drawing of Francine Bedard I did on August 2nd, 2016. This is a drawing I did of Chelsea Piers in Manhattan, New York City, New York. These are some Beavis and Butthead drawings I did, and I remember very well doing these drawings. That's FBI agent Hawley, and drawn by me on August 7th, 2016. Beavis getting hit by a plate Butthead was using as a frisbee. Drawn by me on August 2nd, 2016. And there's a guy that looks like Hank from Beavis and Butthead on a lawnmower that I never got to finish. Some Disney drawings here. The 2 main dogs from 101 Dalmatians. I did this drawing on August 4th, 2016. Belle from Beauty and the Beast. And I did this drawing on August 6th, 2016. Pocahontas, drawn by me on August 7th, 2016. And these are 2 characters from Despicable Me. That's Edith from Despicable Me, drawn by me on August 7th, 2016. Angus Dress, Mexican. And this is one of the Minions in the Air from Despicable Me 2, drawn by me on August 7th, 2016. This is a drawing I did of the CIA flag, and I drew this drawing on August 11, 2016, 2 days after I turned 19. So these drawings here are drawings I did when I was 19. And these are drawings I did from Secret Life for Pets. These are possibly my first ever Secret Life for Pets drawings I've ever done. And these are some more drawings of firearms. And I did these drawings, this drawing here, of a Mac 10 Revolver magazine on August 14th, 2016. And I did this drawing here of a Colt 38 on August 23rd, 2016. And this drawing of a Smith & Wesson Model 15 on August 23rd, 2016. And here are 2 drawings of my dog at the time, Bob. And it is drawn on August 19th, 2016. My dog Bob wearing one of my baseball caps. Bob Relaxon, drawn by me on August 19th, 2016. And these are did this from a DVD cover on August 19th, 2016 of Piglin and Pids enjoying some lasagna. This is a drawing I did of United Airlines, Boeing 747-400. I did on October 18th, 2016. And I did this drawing not long after I watched the movie when I was 19. And it was drawn October time. And there's Mr. Peabody giving you the thumbs up. And Sherman and Penny. I did these drawings on October 18th, 2016. And this is a drawing I did of a celebrity I had a crush on at the time. I put her date of birth, January 10th, 1997. And she was also 19 like I was at the time. Chloe Moretz, drawn by me on October 20th, 2016. Drawing I did of Seth Rogen, drawn by me on October 20th, 2016. This is a drawing I did from Princess and the Frog, drawn by me on October 22nd, 2016. This is from Madagascar. Some Madagascar characters for you. Drawn by me on October 25th, 2016. Roger is Ricky Spanish. From the Ricky Spanish episode of American Dad. Stan and Joy in spring break with a 19-year-old university student. Jessica, and I did this drawing also when I was 19. Did this drawing on October 24th, 2016. There's not too many drawings to show you now. There's a drawing here I did of a Air Canada Airbus A340 landing. I did this drawing on October 30th, 2016. Hello, welcome into my YouTube live stream. I'm showing you drawings I did during my teenage life. And these drawings here I did when I was 19. And this is a drawing I did on Niagara Falls, and this is on the US side, and this is on the Canadian side. And these are some drawings I did from Despicable Me. Purple Mini from Despicable Me 2. And this is drawn on November 14th, 2016. And this is a drawing of Groot asking Morgul who sees Texan, drawn by me on November 2nd, 2016. And there's Stuart the Minion, drawn by me on October 4th, 2016. I'm just going to have some more of my coffee, more of my tea, and I'm going to carry on showing you my artwork. I'm going to charge my phone out and recharging. Welcome to my live stream. I'm so many drawings I've done during my teenage life, and this is part 2. And this drawing here is a drawing I did on October 2nd, 2016. And it's of a spacecraft taken off from the 1960s, because that's what the spacewalkers looked like from the 60s. And I had a modern one that took off that I did earlier that same year. Did this one, this was the one I did at 18. This is the one I did at 19. Obviously they're from different eras. And the spacecraft didn't change into this short with the full tank and looking like an airplane into the 1980s. So 20 years after this kind of spacecraft took off. This is a drawing I did of the Space Buddies. I did this drawing on November 11, 2016, just after Donald Trump was elected president. And this is Homer Simpson at a Trump rally from an episode made in the year 2000. So they do predict a lot of stuff. The Simpsons. These are 2 more drawings of celebrities. Oh wait, no, this is Doctor Strange, Bennett, Cumberland's. And I did this drawing just after watching the movie on November 14th, 2016. There's a drawing I did of Steven Spielberg, completed by me on December 12th, 2016. These are 2 drawings I did from the Wolf of Wall Street. Before I did these drawings at 18, when I did them at 19. Drawn by me on November 14th, 2016. Hello, welcome into my live stream. I'm showing you drawings I did during my teenage years. I did these drawings here when I was 19. I did this drawing of Leonardo DiCaprio's character Don Bullford on November 16, 2016. Margaret Robbie as Jordan. Naomi, and I did this drawing here on November 14, 2016. Welcome into my live stream, showing you drawings I did during my teenage years. And I did these drawings here at 19. And this is a part 2 live stream. These are some planets drawn. These 2 are exoplanets, like from another solar system or another solar system. And this one is from our solar system, Uranus, the 7th planet from our solar system. Drawn by me on November 21st, 2016. And these are drawings I did from Snoopy, the Charlie Brown movie. I first watched this movie at 18, but I did this drawing at 19. Drawn by me on November 23rd, 2016. And there's Snoopy. There's Peppermint Party. There's Charlie Brown. There's Woodstock. The Yellow Bird. There's Linus. And there's Franklin. And this is a drawing I did of a Delta Airlines Boeing 767. And I did this drawing on November 27th, 2016. This is a drawing I did of an Emirates airplane, Emirates Boeing 777 200, drawn by me on November 26, 2016. And this is a drawing I did of the Simpsons Thanksgiving on Thanksgiving 2016. This was before I became a vegetarian, but I was thinking about becoming a vegetarian at 18, 19. I didn't know why I didn't become one then, but at least I am one now. Drawn by me on November 24th, 2016. And these are some drawings of coins. This is a Canadian $1 coin drawn by me on November 2nd, 2016. And this is a €2 coin drawn by me on December 1st, 2016. And this is a US $1 coin drawn by me on December 2nd, 2016. And this is oh, that's a Canadian penny, and that's a Canadian $1 coin, my bad. Canadian $1 coin drawn on December 1st, 2016 by me. US penny drawn by me on December 2nd, 2016. And these are some drawings from the DreamWorks movie Shrek, drawn by me on November 28th, 2016. And there's Lenny, and there's the main character and his friend Oscar. And Lenny's also a vegetarian like I am now, but when I did this drawing, I wasn't a vegetarian at the time. And that's Andy, drawn by me on December 1st, 2016. And there's Lola, drawn by me on November 29th, 2016. And there's Charlie Brown's Christmas, drawn by me on December 7th, 2016, just a couple of weeks away from Christmas. Since this is Christmas themed Peanuts sketch. These are two airplanes drew a Qantas Airbus A380-800. And the Airbus A380 is the biggest airplane in the world, at least, no, biggest passenger plane in the world. The biggest airplane in the world is Ankoff something. It's got 6 engines, I believe. And I flew with American Airlines when I was traveling to New York in 2017, but it was a 777 I flew on, and this is an American Airlines Boeing 757, drawn by me on December 11th, 2016. And these are, I remember doing these ones at home. King Hill drawings, Hank, father, Peggy, mother, and Bobby's son in the car, in plain to see. And there's Dale smoking a cigarette from King of the Hill, drawn by me on December 12th, 2016. And these are two buildings in New York City, Manhattan, New York, the Rockefeller Center, completed by me on January 9th, 2017, drawn by me on December 11th, 2016, the Empire State Building. And these are some Megamind drawings from the DreamWorks movie Megamind. And there's Titan, he was a news reporter, but then he became a villain that Megamind was fighting against. No, Megamind was helping, so he had someone to fight. Megamind. Donald Trump's helicopter, drawn by me on December 28th, 2016. Hellet Bell 2006, drawn by me on Thursday, December 22nd, 2016. And these are from the movie Finding Dory, after I got the DVD on Christmas 2016. Destiny, completed by me on December 28th, 2016. Welcome into my live stream. How you doing? My name's Artistic James, and this live stream is about showing my old artwork from over the years. Becky, drawn by me at 1:16 a.m. Greenwich Mean Time on December 26, 2016. Another drawing I did Bailey. Joy. This is Hank the Octopus, drawn by me on December 2017, 2016. And these are some Christmas Simpsons drawings I did when I was 19. These are a drawing one of my friends sketched from my friend Teresa Walker, one of the rails from Finding Dory. And I did this these Family Guy drawings on New Year's Eve 2016. Quagmire and Chick. This is drawn on December 30th, 2016 as of these two, Joe and Peter. I think this is my first ever drawing. I did a Joe. I don't think I've ever drawn before. This is a drawing I did of a $5 bill on January 7th, 2017. A drawing I did of a dime. I did this on the day before I did this drawing on January 6th, 2017. And this is a drawing of a $10 bill. These are some more Peanuts drawings. And I was a huge fan of Peanuts when I was 19. Sally Brown, Snoopy dancing. Scroder with Lucy. And I did these drawings on January 4th, 2017. This is Chicken Little's Dag, Book, in brackets Ace. Chicken Little as a celebrity. Fists Out of Water, Runt, and Abby aka Ugly Duckling. This is a New York City fire truck that I sketched at the time when I was 19. Becky, one of the characters from Family Guy, did this during January 17, 2017. Homer and Marge Get Cozy from the Simpsons movie, did this drawn on January 17, 2017. Chief Wiggum, drawn by me on January 18th, 2017. This is a map of the Southern American Southeast, drawn by me on January 19th, 2016. Everyone can have permission. Sorry them, I didn't. Yeah, that's from the Big Bang Theory. These are from the Big Bang Theory since I became a Hoots fan of Big Bang Theory when I was 19, probably in early 2017 and January 2017. This is Sheldon and Leonard, did this drawing on January 24, 2017. Penny, it's my favourite character and still is, was my favourite character and still is. Amy did this drawing on January 25th, 2017. No idea when I did this drawing of Penny. It was obviously either 24th or 25th of January 2017. And these are some more drawings from Peanuts. And there's Charlie Brown kissing the little red hair girl, completed by me on February 1st, 2017. And there's Snoopy dancing from the Peanuts movie, drawn by me on February 1st, 2017. There was meant to be, there was a glitch that I made an error, I made a mistake, because obviously February is just the start of 2017, so I must have thought it was still 2016 when writing the date down, but I meant to say 2017. And there's Sally, Francie and Linus are not, and he is not interested in him, completed by me on January 26, 2017. And there's Charlie Brown asks for psychotic help, drawn by me February 1st, 2017, from the Peanuts. And there's Ash from the movie Sing and Flex from the movie Sing, drawn by me on February 1st, 2017. And here's some drawings of some dogs. This is a drawing I did of a Dachshund, also known as a Dachshund, drawn by me on February 7th, 2017. The Hound Group, Beagle, Bloodhound and Basset Hound, drawn by me on January 28th, 2017. And Beagles have been my favourite dog breed since I was 19. Such cool dogs anyway, Beagles. $1 bill sketch and $20 bill sketch never been completed. Some more Peanuts drawings. Lucy as the Statue of Liberty, drawn by me on February 7th, 2017. Sally Laughing, drawn by me on February 7th, 2017 also. Peppermint Patty ice skating and Snoopy as a instructor, drawn by me on February 8th, 2017. Drawn I did a Fergie on February 6th, 2017. Bill Ferris sketch I did on February 8th, 2017. Drawing of Brian tied up, but with Meg being obsessed with him from Family Guy. That was from the episode where Meg had a crush on Brian and she became obsessed with him, but Brian wasn't interested in the slightest. Drawn by me on February 12th, 2017. Drawing I did of Leonardo da Vinci, drawn by me on February 11th, 2017. Leonardo da Vinci's airplane, Portal Chai. And this is from the movie Trolls. This is from The Simpsons. Lisa kissing Milhouse, drawn by me on February 13th, 2017. And there's Snoopy dressed up as a girl Charlie likes. And here's Lisa dressed as a hippie, or dressed to look cool, from The Simpsons. And here is Stewie with 2 handguns, drawn by me on... Okay, I did this drawing when I was 20. On December 16th, 2017. So that's all I have to show you for this live stream. And if you're watching this as a replay, stay tuned for part 3. Since in part 3 I'm going to show you some more of my old artwork. So do not miss out. So I just had to do this on YouTube as a live stream, so it'd be too long to do as a regular video. As you can plainly see, not many people watch the actual live stream, but obviously this video is going to be saved as a replay, so you can watch it as a replay, the live stream, and see all my art I did during my teenage years. Take care, everyone. Peace. Make sure to like, subscribe, hit that notification button so you don't miss out on my future YouTube videos, short or live streams. Bye for now. Peace.